At the game between the Gamecocks and the Crimson Tide, which took place on Saturday, October 25, 2025, at Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina, Luke Bryan, who has won the Country Music Association Entertainer of the Year award 5 times and is one of the most well-known stars in country music, was seen in the crowd. Both Cocky and Garnett. Followers and onlookers quickly became aware of the fact that the artist was not present on tour, was not performing, and did not appear to be there just for the purpose of seeing the spectacle. Instead, there was something that was more intimate taking place. After all, why was he there? The true reason is that he was with his son on a recruiting trip. The reason for Bryan's presence was not about singing and dancing, as it turned out, rather it was about the family. Bo Bryan, his oldest son, is a 2026 prospect who is now a junior quarterback at Battleground Academy in Tennessee. He was in South Carolina for a recruiting visit on his way to South Carolina. Both Cocky and Garnett. Bryan accompanied his kid to the game, where he joined a group that appeared to consist of college scouts, recruiters, and individuals from their families. According to what is stated in the story, Bryan was merely being another dad on a recruiting visit. Both Cocky and Garnett. Therefore, what might have appeared to be a fanaticism for a celebrity was actually an investment in the future of his child brought about by the father. Exactly why this trip is so significant. This narrative stands out for a number of reasons, including the following. 1. The importance of family over the spotlight. On this journey, Bryan focused more on Bo's future than he did on his own renown, even though he was a major celebrity. When a prominent figure puts on a dad hat and enters a stadium filled with college football fans, it creates an atmosphere that is more appealing to the human senses. The environment of the SEC's recruiting process. When it comes to college football, recruiting is a serious business, especially in the Southeastern Conference, SEC, which is considered to be a powerhouse. Attending a game at South Carolina while Alabama is playing is a high-stakes event because of the enormous crowd, the strong excitement, and the top-tier competition. When Bryan and his son show up, it is a clear indication that they are competing at the highest levels of recruiting. 3. When sincerity and celebrity presence come together. It's possible that Bryan's presence was nothing more than public relations, but what sets this moment apart is its genuineness. He was not performing or holding a microphone. Rather, he was seeing the possibilities that lay ahead while seated in the stands. That authenticity was recognized by both the fans and the media. It is one thing to witness a celebrity at a game. It is an entirely different experience to observe him there for reasons that are personal and unfiltered. 4. A period in the culture of cross sports. The combination of country music with collegiate football is a unique combination. We are conditioned to anticipate the presence of musicians during events such as concerts, award presentations, or halftime performances. Yet, we do not anticipate them during the recruiting section of an SEC game. This story is made more interesting by the juxtaposition of those two elements. The implications that this has for his son to Bo. According to reports, Bo Bryan is a signal caller who stands at 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 205 pounds. He had a successful junior year at his Tennessee school, throwing 23 of 36 passes for 262 yards and making 4 touchdowns through 6 games. Both Cocky and Garnett. Because the family is traveling to South Carolina during an SEC game, it is likely that Bo will be exposed to the environments that are typical of college game days, which include noisy crowds, heated rivalries, and significant colleges. The purpose of this is to demonstrate to college coaches and scouts that Bo is serious, devoted, and has the support of his family, putting him in the same category as other high-profile prospects who go to games of the highest caliber. A narrative can also be created by this visit if you are a media-savvy content creator, which you are likely to be. For example, you could say something like, "Country star dad takes son to SEC game. Big dreams, big journey." It's really easy to share too. Major repercussions: celebrities, college athletics, and the process of recruitment. This particular moment touches on more general topics. College athletics recruiting has evolved into a show in and of itself, and it has become a spectacle for his presence at this game, which increases his personal authority and visibility. Despite the fact that he is famous for his music, you might also think of him as a football dad. The barriers between fan, star, and athlete are blurring, which is a goldmine for narratives on social media. An instant headline is created when a music celebrity is seen cheering in the stands. Irregularities in roles. Bryan is not actually performing. He is more than just a fan. A dad and a mentor he is. Such a multifaceted role is quite interesting. Shouldn't he be a supporter of Georgia, though? It is true that Bryan is a well-known supporter of the Georgia Bulldogs, and he has been observed in public showing his passion for Georgia football. At a game between South Carolina and Alabama, why was he there? Due to the fact that this visit was not about Bryan's own allegiance, but rather about the recruiting of his kid. The process of recruiting for college typically involves going to a number of different colleges, including some that are not aligned with your particular preferences. It is not necessarily the case that he is switching fandoms. Rather, the fact that he turned up at South Carolina indicates that he is supporting the path that his child is on. What the media and fans took notice of. There were a lot of folks who were taken aback when they saw Bryan there. After all, he is more accustomed to being at award shows and music halls than he is to being in the stands at SEC games recruiting. The fact that his son is a quarterback recruit was instantly recognized by those who have been observing. The headline that was published in the media was "Luke Bryan attends college football game for son's recruiting," rather than "Celebrity crashes big matchup." The story is not only about Bryan, it is also about Bo's future plans, which will keep lovers of country music and football interested in the story. As to why this narrative is suitable for your content, the ecosystem. In light of the fact that you have an interest in layered storytelling, viral clicks, emotional pull, and cross-domain storylines, this moment is ideal. It has the charm of a superstar. It is Luke Bryan. The narrative focuses on the relationship between a father and his son. It places a strong emphasis on athletics, with SEC recruitment and rival colleges. Having parents there to encourage their children throughout important periods is relatable. Country music, college football, and recruitment are all elements that come together to form this multi-angle hook. Take, for example, a description on YouTube. In light of the fact that his son's college admissions were at stake, country music superstar Luke Bryan did not take the stage but rather sat on the sidelines throughout the game between South Carolina and Alabama. The lesson to be learned. In a nutshell, Luke Bryan's attendance at the game between South Carolina and Alabama was not a PR ploy or a random celebrity cameo. Rather, it was a purposeful travel that was connected to his son's future. He stepped into the frenzy of college football recruitment in the Southeastern Conference, playing the character of a college football player who supported his father. Despite the fact that he may be famous for chart-topping tunes and shows that are completely sold out, this moment serves to remind us that these celebrities have lives that intersect with very genuine and very human ambitions away from the stage. These goals include family, opportunity, and the next generation. Consequently, the next time you encounter a familiar face in the stands, you should inquire about the true circumstance that led to their presence. Because at times, it is not about the show itself, rather it is about what takes place after the lights have been turned off.